Alright, Shalom. First of all, I want to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakudash, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to all the sincere believers. Now, this lesson is going to be based on, these neighborhoods and these cars that were snowed in and these travelers that were stranded because of the recent snowstorm out in Philadelphia. So through the Spirit, I'm going to read this article, get some precepts, and Lord's will, you're edified. It says, after Philly got more than 9 inches of snow on Sunday, cars have been trapped by snow, and more than 1,000 flights have been canceled at PHL Airport as well. It says, since Sunday's winter storm, some drivers across the Philadelphia region, as well as passengers at PHL Airport, have been stranded due to the snow. NBC 10's Shira Arias was at PHL on Wednesday night and found a sea of luggage filling up one of the baggage claim terminals there. It's just delayed, rebooked, delayed, rebooked, delayed, rebooked, said Julian Jackson, who said he has been stranded at PHL Airport for 2 days after canceled flights. He stopped at PHL for what was meant to be a layover on his way to San Diego, but it turned into a stressful headache for him and his wife. Said it's been cold, it's been a little stressful, Jackson said. We have a dog there, so we're trying to get back to our dog. Said according to PHL's spokesperson, since Sunday's winter storm, more than 1,000 flights have been canceled and more than 760 have been delayed. Said the travel troubles also come as many Philly residents are stranded themselves due to their car being blocked in by the snow. Said the problem is we are digging out and the plows come in and then there is like a brick wall on the side of the cars, said Shay Marconi, a South Philly resident. Marconi said she has not moved her car since Sunday. Joseph Waymiller, a plow truck operator, said he has lost count how many hours he has worked since the storm hit. Said it's kind of hard to clean it when you can't really see the street most of the times, he said. City officials told NBC 10 they have hundreds of outside crews working to plow snow and pile it into dumpsters to remove it from streets. But it also said residents who need their streets cleared should call 311 and let them know where they live. Yeah, so, hey, just more judgment upon these cities. The Lord brought that winter storm judgment. Baruch 4:32. Miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Miserable is she that received thy sons. Yeah, and these cities that got hit with a lot of snow, it caused a lot of disruptions. It caused some power outages, school closures, road closures, flight delays and cancellations. People have been stranded at the airport, Like it caused a lot of chaos. And best believe it's not over. The Lord has a lot more judgment in store for these wicked cities. Isaiah 48:22, there is no peace, saith the Lord Yahweh unto the wicked. And that's right, because a lot of people thought it was just going to be smooth. They thought that, oh yeah, the snow plows are just going to, sweep through and clear up the snow and everything's going to, move swiftly. And it's like, when has that ever happened? That's not how it works. And things are becoming a lot more disorganized in this country. And on top of that, the Lord, he's just in intensifying his judgments. So these snowstorms are getting worse. The rainstorms are getting worse. The fires, the earthquakes, everything is just getting worse. And see, those of us of the hopeful elect, while some of these things may inconvenience us, ultimately we love to see it because we know that this is the judgment of the Lord, and we understand that all of these things must come to pass before the Lord destroys this place. So even though it may be an inconvenience, it just brings us one step closer to being up out of here. So we look at it from a more spiritual perspective. But best believe the Lord has a lot more storms and tempests in store for this place. Isaiah 29:6, thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake, and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. That's right, there's going to be a lot more rain, thunder, lightning, snow, flooding. There's going to be a lot more landslides and rock slides. There's going to be a lot more earthquakes and fires. Oh yeah, the judgments are not going to stop. The hits are just going to keep coming. So all the people that are complaining right now, it's like they haven't even experienced anything yet, because the Lord is just going to turn things up more and more as the days go by. And if people can't even handle the little bit that they have had to endure, they're definitely going to lose their mind when things get worse, which they inevitably will, because we are living in the last days. See, those of us of the hopeful elect, we have the wisdom and knowledge of these scriptures to keep us stable in these times. Isaiah 33:6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord Yahweh is his treasure. And that's right. Those of us of the hopeful elect, we have the wisdom and knowledge of these scriptures. So no matter what happens, we understand that this is all part of the Lord's plan. So these things have to happen. So even though, like I said earlier, it may be an inconvenience to us, at the end of the day, the Lord set it up this way. This is how the story's supposed to play out. And that's exactly how things are playing out. The Lord is setting things up to bring down Esau and his wicked kingdom. And those of us of the hopeful elect should ultimately be rejoicing at that. And even when we do, get inconvenienced, by whatever is going on in America or anywhere else in the world where members of the hopeful elect dwell, we do have these scriptures to keep us stable, to keep us comforted. Whereas these wicked people, they don't have that. They don't have anything to keep them stable and comforted. Because the drugs, the partying, the alcohol, that can only do but so much for them. That's why the scriptures say, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Because to be spiritually minded is going to get you through. It's going to get you, through everything, all the miseries, all the chaos. Because being spiritually minded is you trusting in the Lord. Understanding that everything that's taking place is a part of the Lord's plan. And as long as you are fervently and diligently serving the Lord and fearing Him, that He's gonna keep His hedge of protection over you, and He's gonna continue to provide for you and keep you stable. But for these carnally minded people, they're so used to that instant gratification. They want something done. They're used to it being done right then and there. But, now they have to exercise patience, not getting what they want when they want it. And it's driving them crazy. And these people, because they lack patience, because they lack wisdom and knowledge, because they lack a spiritual mind, they're going to start crashing out more as they become more inconvenienced by the judgments of the Lord. And it's just going to get them more and more caught up. And in a lot of cases, it's going to get these people put to death. That's the time and season that we're in, where the spiritually minded are going to fare a lot better than the carnal minded. In these last days, the Lord is going to show who He's dealing with and who He's against. He's going to make it crystal clear. He's going to make it undeniable. And those of us of the hopeful elect, we should greatly look forward to that time, because it's coming soon. The Lord has already been showing signs of who He's dealing with, but He's going to make it, abundantly clear. Because things are only going to get worse in this country and around the world. Things are only going to get harder to bear for people. And if you don't have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of these scriptures, if you don't have that fear of the Lord, if you don't have that faith in the Lord, then you're not going to be stable and comforted in these times. And these last days are going to be incredibly miserable for you. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, the water Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are still firmly pushing the word in sincerity and in faith. And shalom to all the sincere believers. Hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up. And Adawan Ratazah. Till next time, shalom.